Good morning, my name is Katinagawa, and it is yet another episode of the Youth Echo Show on High Fast Media. We are live from Kampala as well as on our social media platforms, and that is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and of course on our website www.highfastmedia.com. This morning, I'm privileged to be joined by the wonderful gentleman. I'm so glad to introduce them out, but hey, I shouldn't introduce them. I would like them to introduce themselves because they're the guests and I wouldn't say out their names. I would like to make this moment very fun and interesting. And this time around, gentlemen first. Where should I start from? I guess let me start from this side. Hi, welcome to the show. People out there would like to know who you are, what you do, and everything.
Oh, thank you. Before I introduce myself, what criteria did you use to choose me first? That's by the way. My name is Aino Mugisha Dixon Kefa, Programs Coordinator, stroke NGO Representative, Kampala District Youth Council, as well as the General Secretary of Buganda Youth Forum.
Wow. It's quite a lot on only one person. I'm so impressed to have you guys around here. I feel like a boss lady.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, the man on my right.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Aino Mugisha.
Yes, hello, Mr. Mutabazi.
Yeah, I'm also privileged. A good morning to all of you. And as I was told, it is just introductory. My name is Mutabazi Daniel Davids, the youth chairperson of Ug Division. In other words, a division, in simple terms, it is a district. I'm so privileged to be here, and thank you for the host.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that a division at the same time it is a district. Wow, okay. It's good to learn though. I'm so impressed that I have you guys today, and this is the Youth Echo. It is a youthful show just like you guys are, and I am as well, so I'm really happy to have you around here. But before I go into that, I have one from the west and then one from the central. That is Mutabazi and Aino Mugisha. Welcome to the show. And hi guys, how have you found life? Like, I really want you to take me through that. How have you found life, most especially in this kind of pandemic situation that we're actually in? How have you literally found life? Where should I start from? From Central, from Western Uganda?
Western.
Okay, then Central.
Yeah, Central as usual. Central is the center of everything. Personally, how have I found a pandemic situation? It is a quite challenge, and it is a challenging situation for the youths. Mostly the youth are so much challenged in this situation. Being it that the Youth Council, as you all know, we elected through elective politics, but we have little access, limited access, and I think that hinders the functionality of the Youth Council.
Okay.
So it is quite a challenging situation. But I would say to all the youths there, a crisis doesn't build courage.
Okay.
A crisis just reveals the courage. It doesn't build, it just reveals. So me, I'm just being revealed the courage.
Okay, that's all that you have from the central. Now, as the youth coordinator, Kampala district, everything, all, I don't know. How do you think this lockdown has actually affected the youth in Kampala?
When you come to this lockdown, it is not like the previous one, because the previous lockdown, people weren't prepared. But this lockdown, people were given days. Those who wish to go to the village to go, and those who wish to stay to stay. When I As a programs coordinator, Kampala District Youth Council, I find it challenging because I receive a lot of calls from different category of youths demanding for what to eat. We don't have this, we don't have this. And you really look for what to give them and you don't see it. So we've been trying to, in certain companies, to see whether they can give some youth some relief, but it's quite challenging also. And the majority of the youth didn't receive this so-called nabanja. So it's quite challenging.
Okay, so is it true that really nabanja came out and then donated, give out some money to help the youth? Basically, was it for the youth or generally to everyone?
I would say it was for everyone, but the criteria they used to give out that money, it was not good enough. I will not blame the town clerks, but the people that the town clerks gave the mandate to go down to the villages to collect the data from the people that are supposed to receive that money. There was a scenario there whereby the people didn't go to the real bawejere that were supposed to get that money. You find a person, fine, is a taxi driver. He owns 17 taxes. He owns 13 apartments. Also struggling to get that money instead of this person who was selling tomatoes alongside in Kampala. So the people who were collecting data left out those real bawejere that were supposed to get the money, and they wrote those who already had. So it was not done fairly enough.
Exactly, it wasn't done fairly enough. I did get also Nabanja's message. No, anyway, I'm good to go.
However, you're not a mwejere, I guess.
Never know. Never know out there. Okay, Dixon, that ear is so keen. Jesus Christ. He's really waiting for what I'm going to say.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm going back to the central.
Okay.
Did you receive that message? Or you're not a mwejere?
First of all, I'm not a mwejere.
So you did need it though.
I really find it puzzling. Who is a mwejere?
You from the central. The person who has used that term.
No, the way they describe a mwejere is, it is in a wrong, a very wrong way. You can't describe a mwejere. At Lubaga division, someone, I won't mention a name, someone who received that money had 7 million on her account. And it is on record. Is that person a really mwejere?
No, what he was trying to mean by mwejere is someone who really needs that money more than someone who already has maybe some money to use or enough funds. It's someone who's really poor, and yes, that person is honestly poor. You can also see it. That is what he tried to mean by that. Okay,
Madam Kathy, if you're to say a mwejere, if you're to describe a mwejere person here in Kampala and particularly in Uganda, is this person who hand to mouth?
Yeah.
In our economy today, we have a lot of characters like them. And what I'm going to blame our government is that in every sector, in every category they described as bawejere, you find a concept of youths. In tax, you find youths. In borders, you find youths. Market vendors, you find youths. Bartenders, you find youths. The saloon owners, you find youths. And attendants, you find youths. But we were I won't say that we are limited, but we are not given access, because right now we are fighting to be on the task of the COVID relief. We are not there. We are not reflected there. And a lot, or the biggest percentage, constitutes the Bawejele person the government is saying. So who would be the right person to identify a Mwejele? Who would be a youth leader? We have zonal leaders, the 9 they elect, Madam Kathy.
Like
yeah, at least.
So how much far have you done? Have you worked towards that?
We have done a lot, and I think I'm going to credit or thank the RCC Kampala. He has written to the deputy RCCs. I think soon we are going to be on that task force, and I think it will be a revised version of Bawejele. And I think they will get their money.
Okay, then, well, that is quite impressive. At least, yeah, we shall get our money. As you said, keeping your word. So, Dixon, back to you. Do you really think the youths have actually benefited from government intervention during this lockdown? From the government interventions during this lockdown?
I would say not every youth that has benefited, but we should appreciate the government for what it has so far done. It is not easy to give out that money to so far those who have got. So, however, not all youth have got, but at least those who have got, we should appreciate the government. It wasn't good enough for those who did not receive. But next time, I think they should participate. When they hear that they are writing names, they should really think, who is writing? Is it the chairperson? Run there if you really need that money. So the government has done its best, and I think we should give it a credit.
Okay, but on a scale of 1 to 10, basically.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 7. 7.
Basically on the side of the youth.
Basically on the side of the youth, 5.
Okay, thanks for being honest. On a scale of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
2.
Allow me to first thank the government for the great initiative, but I think to me it will be 4.
Okay.
It will be 4.
Sky Brown this morning before some people are so honest. Thank you very much, the government. People are very honest. Is it true that the government has actually given out COVID relief to the unprivileged ones, just like it was stated by the Ministry of Gender?
Yeah, I would say it is true. The government has done its part, but as leaders in Kampala, we are the one failing the system. You find a people power zone chairperson being biased that you guys, you didn't support me, so me, I won't put you on the list.
Really?
You get, we have those childish characters in our leaders. We still
that?
Childish, because if you're a leader, to me, however I'm a youth, you should be selfless, not selfish. You shouldn't be self-centered that me, I will give only NRM. However much I'm NRM, you see the Mwejede from the NUP and you give the right person. You shouldn't be biased to that extent.
So what you're trying to bring out, that it is not true that all these unprivileged people did not get the COVID-19 relief funds?
Yeah, I would say yes.
So what is your take about that, Dixon?
Of course, not everyone can get. This is the government of Uganda, and this is Uganda. This is not heaven, that God will create all of us with ears or with nose.
Exactly.
So not everybody will get. There are those who are unlucky. So if you were born unlucky, you did not get however much, you are unprivileged. But the government did its part. And what I can say is thanks to President Museveni, thanks to Right Honorable Nabanja for the initiative. You really did your part. However, the COVID-19 task force should review on when to end the lockdown so that people can go back and start working. But don't rush to end it because we don't want to die.
Exactly.
So review it properly. If it needs more 14, 21 days for us to survive, it is okay. Uganda is there for all of us. We don't want people to die. So do your best, basically.
Wow. Do your best and then get us out of this lockdown, please. No, I'm kidding. We should do the right thing. Okay, as the youth coordinator Kampala
Yes.
and NGO council representative and everything, Wanak, you have a lot. How do you get to handle all those? Eh? Because I feel like there are a lot of responsibilities on you, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do this, and then okay. How do you get to do all that?
It's like being elected a member of parliament and then you are given a ministerial position. So it's being lucky and people trusting you. So I went in youth council through NGO representative. I work as the programs coordinator in an NGO called Pearl Development Initiative, PDI. So I was recommended by the NGO board to Kampala district as a NGO representative. I was vetted by the council members. So I was given the position. Within that, I'm still a WUNSA representative at the district level in one of the districts in Uganda, where we sat as youths in Uganda, and I was still elected as the General Secretary of the Uganda Youth. So the youth saw something in me that I can deliver. That's how I got those positions.
Wow, full package, 3 in 1. What challenges have you faced, you as the youth coordinator Kampala district, that really, 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 you feel like really this is a challenge, most especially in this pandemic time?
There are a lot of challenges that we do face, not basically me, but as youth leaders. I won't put this thing on me, but the entire youth leader structure, all from the district level and the division levels, and more especially the chairpersons at the division levels. Youth within our structures don't have what to do.
Exactly.
So what they were doing was locked or was put on hold. So you find them calling you each and every day, my wife is in the hospital, I need this, I need this. So you find yourself trying to run to the RDC, to the RCC, to see whether you can get a letter that this person to take the wife to the hospital. You rush to the RCC or to other companies. We need some relief as youth leaders so that we can give it back to the youth, since the youth still are the people who are supporting the company to be standing. So it is quite hectic, but we try to figure it out to see how we can handle the situation within the pandemic.
Wow, thanks for trying. That is really, really so challenging. What is your take about that? Back to Central.
Yeah, thank you again. But my take would be that still we are left out. We are left out. As my colleague was saying, that he receives calls every day, every time. Dixon this, Dixon that, Dixon this. It will be back to me. I also receive calls every day, now and then, every night.
Now the whole of Lubaga is
The whole of Lubaga, they are saying, then I'm out of food.
On my side, the whole of Kampala is on my neck.
Yeah, the whole of Kampala. But I will also question the youths. As you're questioning me for food, first think about, where am I standing? I'm a youth chairperson. I'm not on payroll as you. I left work. Currently, I was working with Mira. I left. But we find it a great challenge to the youths today, in the youth councils particularly, that as they are not facilitated, they are not paid, they have a lot of excitement, I would say. When they are coming into election, they have a lot of excitement. I'm going to be the zone chairperson, I'm going to be the division chairperson. So we found it a challenge in this pandemic, that we are not earning, we are not getting anything, but we are spending. Actually, the expenditure now of the youths, it is at optimal. If I'm to say, it is at optimal. You're just spending. Soap. There are these domestic, and specifically to girls, you might find there are these, I would say they are not relationships, they are into a situations. It is a situationship. Why? The situation forced Dan and Kathy to cohabit. So you came with your 100, it's over. You can't call back home. Now Dan has to hustle, to toil, and that is the right situation the youths are in today. They are toiling to get, as they are just consuming. They are not saving, they are not doing anything. I think youths, particularly in Uganda, we have a very habit of saving. Actually, we don't save. We earn, we spend.
They really have a very bad habit of saving.
Yeah.
Youth, please, Ugandan youth, we need to save.
We need to revise.
We don't need to tell them about saving. Some are not working, others are lazy about work. So I don't know about that. Okay, just like Daniel has told us, the youths really need to save, but actually we can't save in this kind of situation. We all know what we are going through.
That's I didn't say we save. I said we have a very habit of saving. Okay. I didn't try.
Okay. They have. When you say they really have a bad habit of saving, that means they're not good at saving. So it's literally Okay, we are going to go for a very short break, and then when we come back, we shall be giving you more of Dixon and Dan as well.
Do Do you know what's in your area or around you? We bring you local programming in and around the world with well-researched news from a team of well-trained journalists. Don't miss current news coming to you in the comfort of your kafunda, traffic, in your living room, at work, market, office, border, whether on phone, tablet or computer. High-Fast Media digital platform engages users and subscribers everywhere. Tune in now by one click on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and our website. High-Fast Media, connecting audiences. Politics is seen all over the country. In the parliament,
I, Jacob Lokori Olanya, swear in the name of the Almighty God
KCCA, in the markets, hospitals and other sectors. But how has politics impacted your life? Join us on the correct line as we discuss matters of national importance on all our social media platforms. High-Fast Media, connecting audiences.
Welcome back. Short break, and we are back. This is the Youth Echo Show, and remember, we are live from Kampala as well as on our digital media platforms, and that is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, as well as on our website www.highfastmedia.com. Yeah. So where were we? All right. So I would like to know, do you believe in product or service? Let's start from the central.
Do I believe in product
or
service? I'm going to say I believe in both.
Okay.
I believe in both, but it depends on how someone perceives service and product. I did a little bit of economics, but I won't go there.
Okay.
But the services in the government, they are so much affected by the so-called politicians. However much I'm a politician, but I would say the hindrance in service delivery to that taxpayer. Can't say you're a taxpayer.
Exactly.
By the way you buy that. What do they call that?
My makeup,
Your
and
makeup.
I pay
Your makeup,
taxes.
you pay taxes. So it would be a good service to the government to give you the right value for what you're paying for. Youths today are we are a very large number in our economy. Actually, without youths, I think the economy would be affected somewhere, somehow. But we get a disservice instead of a service from the government.
We get a disservice instead of service.
So you find that a youth to access something, in Buganda or in Central region, they say otambudotya.
Okay. Try to explain that.
Otambudotya kintu kidogo. That is corruption.
Okay, where you need to first pay.
Where are you from? This is Uganda. So you need to first pay for a service. Actually, I would say that is extortion, a service which is free, and you find it a disservice to me as Mutawazi. To access some offices, you need to know, do I know Kathy? Get the service is free. That is a disservice. So it is all about networking and you go money and kintu kidogo utambudotya. But I would say the government should revise, should induct on that people they are actually hiring for their jobs. mostly I'm going to say the local government representatives are doing a disservice instead of a service.
Okay,
this is what I'm not fearing them, because I've experienced that. I'm a youth chairperson of Aga Division. I'm not trying to exaggerate the position. I would find it very urgent and put in an emergency state if I come to your office, because I'm not going to spend a whole day there. But yesterday, I spent 7 hours just to explain to Mr. Who that did you receive a letter from the RCC? I'm supposed to be on that task. COVID relief. And really I was given a disservice. I was supposed to earn something that very day yesterday, but I was supposed to postpone that program to the other, and it is a disservice.
Okay, sorry about that. Dixon, what is your take about that? Do you believe in product or service? And before you go into that, I would like to know, what are these free services that the youths are being made to pay for because of who knows you, but then they're not supposed to pay for these services. Like here, say there are those free services, because we know that we have the free services and then services that we actually made to pay for.
Journalists take to ask questions behind the mirror. What exactly do you mean when you're talking about service or product?
That is exactly what I want to get out of you. That is why I have the two of you, because I really want to get that properly.
Okay. Some of the services that are free for youth, we have medical services at health center 3s. There is a section of youth center at health center 3s. So youth go and get services for free, like should I call them young mothers? Teenage mothers. Like teenage mothers, youth living with HIV, female youth that would wish to go for family planning, they go for counseling. The services are free at health center 3s. Like we have Chitebi Health Center, that is in Mutundwe Parish, in Chitebi Zone in Uraga Division. There is also Kawala, there is also Chisenyi. So those health centers, youth access some services for free. That is on health. There is also YLP, or there is YLP. That is a youth livelihood program. Now previously it was a group of 12, but now it is a group of 5. Youth express their interest to the division youth officer, that they would like to get some money to put in their business or to start up a business. So it is also there. It is for free.
Wait, you get this money for free or on a loan?
No, okay. It is on a loan basis, but it is easier to access. There is also CDD. It is a grant. You take, you don't bring it back. As long as you have a business that is operating, So there are some services that youth do access.
Okay, so
Yes.
now, do you believe in product or service? Back to our question.
Do I believe in product or services? I would say product cannot be there without a service, and the service cannot be there without a product.
Okay, so they move together.
They move together. Uh, we have to put it in our mind that this is Uganda. Something that is impossible in other countries, it is possible in Uganda. This is a country where
Part of Africa.
this is a country where they can bury a person today, and tomorrow that person is not in the grave.
What happens?
This is a country where they can bury empty coffins. So everything is possible in Uganda. So service goes together with product.
Okay, that is Dixon. Service goes together with product. You've been mentioning these free services that are given out to the youth, but are they really free, or some people try to ask for money, maybe indirectly when you go there? You know, I've ever gone to NIRA, and then I was asked to pay money to get my national ID. Yet I knew, and I really thought me getting a national ID, me as in me, I thought me getting a national ID, it is really for free. But then I was made to pay money. You know what I did?
Why did they ask you for money?
They were like, if you really want your national ID to come out in time, you really need to pay us money. So I was like, okay, how about if I don't want it in time? Still, you need to pay money and then you have to wait. So I was like, really?
Can I know that
What?
office?
Really? So I had to leave out my national ID. Up to now, I'm a youth. I don't have a national ID. I'm sure you're going to help me out on that. I have you and I'm good to go. No doubt about that. So on many occasions, the president has been giving out money to actually help out for the youth, like maybe job creation, because we still have this unemployment rate, and it's more on the youth, because looking at statistics, it is 65% of the youth or 67% of the youth that are really unemployed. But he came out and then he gives out money for these youth to actually start up something to do to eliminate this kind of unemployment that we really have. And then he goes out to these groups, because you cannot come and then say, okay, you come together, I give you the money. You go to those groups that can easily help these youth. But I'm so surprised. Let me even just turn to Dixon. The president has actually done this more perfectly in these Kampala groups. But these Kampala groups are the worst when it comes to unemployment. These to employment. These people are so unemployed. There are people we get in Katwe stealing. There are people we get on streets. There are people we get doing nasty things. But yet, these are the most being sponsored groups of people around Kampala by the president, so that they can eliminate unemployment. But this is not happening. Why do you think? Do you really think this was a wrong move done by the president?
It was not a wrong move done by the president, but in Uganda, in this government, twinambe twitaba mafia, and ba mafia bano, they are not going to end. I don't know why. So the president does what he thinks is best for the youth. But these mafias create their own groups and show the president that these are the real youth groups. So, like, I will give you a clear example about a former minister for youth and children, that is, she stood for a woman named People Koma Simbi. I think you can know her well.
Is Honorable Natural.
There was a youth skilling in Mutundwe. It was basically for youths in Kampala. But she ferried youth from Bukomansimbi, those who are not youth, still from Bukomansimbi, because she knew that's where she was going to stand. She brought them, and they got skills, which skills were intended or whereby that service was given to youth in Kampala. So the youth within Kampala did not benefit. However, when the president came, they told the president, these are the youth in Kampala that have learned so and so. So those are the mafia I'm talking about. When I talk about still YLP, I will be honest. I know the group that received that money. They did not ask them any amount of money or any kickback, but they applied for YLP in 2016. They got it in 2019. So it delays. So when it delays, you find that they were 12, but they were unfortunate that in 2020, 3 are in prisons, 4 died. So you find it challenging that they have to recruit other people who didn't have the idea of what they were supposed to do. So, but if it was given in time, you ask for it within 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, you get the money. It would be better. There is also still some handouts that president gave to the youth within Kampala. As I had earlier told you, there's the so-called mafias that connect these youth. They even do the paperwork for these youth and send the paperwork to the private secretary to the president.
Yes, and yet this paperwork is fake.
Yet this paperwork is fake. This paperwork is for those mafias. So when the money is given, so these mafias are the one who decide that you get this amount, you get this amount. So the money cannot do what exactly it was meant for.
Wow.
So the problem we are still having as youths in Kampala, connections. Where we can get connections, there are a lot of mafias. And if you don't agree with them, you will never get anything within Kampala.
Or any service.
Or any service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dixon. Mafias in Kampala are so many. Anyway, so what do you think should be done to reduce on these mafias that we have in Kampala, just like Dixon has actually said?
Thank you, Madam Kathy. I would first of all appreciate His Excellency, the President of Uganda. You know, dictatorship is one of the qualities of a good leader, because God is a dictator. You don't decide when you're going to wake up. He's the one who decides, so he dictates. That is a very good quality of a good leader.
Wow.
But I'm going to give you a structure of how youths are in Uganda today, particularly Kampala. We are in a family where we are living with a stepmom. The family is so organized that when the dad comes home, he finds the utensils washed, clothes are ironed, he finds his juice is made, it is ready, his meal is ready. So everything is perfect in this family. He finds us, the children, sleep. But he doesn't question why are we asleep by the time he always comes home. We are asleep because of the exhaustion of the day work. We pass through a lot, we do a lot to put up the family right. But when we ask for services from the dad, that the dad is the government. The mom or the stepmom is the politicians, oppositions, mostly in opposition, and the mafias, the so-called mafia, Dixon was talking about. So when I was giving you that structure, I meant this stepmom exhausts the youth fraternity to do the work perfectly, but in other words, who earns the credit? It's the stepmom.
Yeah,
For us, we are asleep, or we have been asleep because of the selfishness, in particularly the youths who have been leading us.
Yes.
But I want to get back to you, you are youth. This time around, it is going to be different.
How different?
How different is it? We are going to work today or every day, and we are not going to sleep at night. We have to talk to dad. Dad, our issues zaweddeko sorry. Dad, tetonava kulya mugati. We are not sleeping peacefully, but we are sleeping because of the exhaustion of the mafias. They are earning on behalf of us. Can I give you an example?
Okay.
In previously, the campaign which were taking place, we used to be asked for the concepts on how to mobilize for His Excellency. We gave there the concept. Dixon will liaise with us. The NYC at the national level, they have a personal budget. That means they are catered for.
Yeah,
They earn, they get money. When you go to the district at division level, we just have a grant of 2.16 every year, financial year, of which when you get a council meeting from the zone level, that money is over. So you're left with nothing. We are left with nothing. So what I urge the government is to, and His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, to consider the youths first, and to consider the right characters for the youth problems. You can't get someone who is over 40 years to discuss youth matters. So I suppose they will revise and invite the right people, because this time around, Papa, we are so humbled and we are going to be so honest with you that we are learned, we know youth matters, we are the right ghetto youths, we are the right elites, we are the right educated, and we are the right representatives for the youths. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So you'll have to go through that in order to eliminate all the mafias out of the way so that all the youths can get to be employed.
It is very correct and it is very fundamental. And I think to go back to the unemployment, we are not unemployed. We are underemployed.
Okay.
What do I mean? You find someone who is having over 5 jobs, one person.
Okay.
Doing a lot of work. You go in those public offices, you will find them.
Exactly.
So we are underemployed.
All right, we are underemployed. It's good to learn, and I'm also learning as we talk through. what directions do you really think the government should what directions do you really think the government should take in addressing matters affecting the youth? Where should I start? Western Uganda. Here we go.
Okay. It is very simple. The government should pass through youth structures in order to give services to the youth. Very, very simple. Within Kampala, the government should pass all the youth services, things they would wish the youth would do, through the Kampala district youth, then the Kampala district youth, to the division youth, to the parish youth, to the village youth. There, all youth will benefit.
Okay, thank you very much. Through all that, what Dixon has actually mentioned is the only way that the youth would actually benefit. We've actually realized that adult education is actually 77% in Uganda today. Do you really think this kind of universal education should keep going on in process even when this adult education is at 77%?
Yes, I do. When you talk about universal education, are you meaning the UPE and the USE?
Basically, they all together.
Yes.
Is universal education.
They should stay. They are those people who cannot afford to pay school fees of their Gakans, of their Kampala parents. But I would like my child to go to school. There is Chitebi Primary School. There is Kabawa CU. I can only pay 20,000, and it's within Kampala. So there is Chitebi Secondary School. I can only pay 100,000. So they should stay because they help a lot.
Even when the adult education is really, really becoming serious?
Yes, they should stay.
Okay, thank you very much. What's your take on that?
I'll go with Dixon.
Daniel?
They should stay, but it should be revised. It should be revised in a way that the government should put people or scouts to see is the service delivered efficiently, adequately to the right person.
All right. Thank
Everyone
you very
needs
much.
education.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel, as well as Dixon. Before we close up, I would like you to say your last regards. And this time round, you're starting from the Central. Daniel.
Thank you very much, Madam Kathy. Thank you, High Media, and
High Fast Media.
High Fast Media.
Exactly.
And thanks for allowing us to echo the youth voice.
Wow.
My last regard goes to both the youths, fraternity, and the government. Youths, please, you need to save. You need to realize your potential within you. You're a youth. Let the black work for the white. And that I mean, let the youthhood work for your old ages so that you don't suffer, as we are saying.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And for Dixon?
My last, I will say, I will call upon the KCCA, Executive Director, the Director Administration, youth within Kampala, more especially the Executive of Kampala, you should give them their office. So, because the office was taken and you've not yet given it to them. So, do it quickly so that youth have where to sit and where to give service from. Thanks, High Fast Media for the initiative, because we are echoing out to the youth what they are supposed to do, what we are facing, So I would say meet next time.
Thank you very much, Dixon. And shout outs to Whispers. This is the wonderful place where we actually are. We love you very much and thanks for hosting us very much. That's all we had for you today. Thanks for watching. Please maintain social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands regularly. Till next time, on behalf of iFast Media, I am Kathy.